Hi and welcome to another video and to this weekend's reading vlog. So this was supposed to be a really different video from what it is. I actually wanted to start out the year really strong and do like a 24-hour reading vlog and make all of this exciting content, especially after I've had so much fun with Bookmas and all of the new people who joined this channel. But I haven't been feeling so great in the past 2 weeks. Honestly, just mentally, I just couldn't do it. That's why we're here, and I'm sorry if this is not like the really cheerful pick-me-up vlog that would be appropriate for the beginning of a year. And to be honest, I don't really know what this vlog is going to be about other than me just being sad and reading books. So I'm kind of trying to pick books that will put me in a better mental place than I was before. Let's see if that works. First of all, the holidays haven't been great. I have been with my family, but my mom had to go through surgery a few days before Christmas. Actually, nothing that wasn't planned or anything, but still came with a lot of side effects and negative things that just added to the whole mental load of Christmas, and I had to basically take care of her and cook and clean the flat and everything. And I was really looking forward to having some time down at Christmas and having the time to relax and just read and be still and everything. I think I actually said that before in my Bookmas videos, but that obviously didn't happen. Then I came back to the city I live in, and it has been the most awful start to the new year I could have imagined. And I just hope I don't start crying, because I don't want to put myself crying on the internet. That's really embarrassing. Not if you do it, just I, for myself, don't want to do that. If you put yourself out there, that's really brave. Don't know if it is for me. So, I actually went through a breakup over the past 2 months. And it hadn't really affected me that much because we were trying to still be friends and stay friends, and it was going quite well. And we were still spending a lot of time together and actually doing a lot of the Christmas activities that you saw in my vlogs. And yeah, it actually was a really nice time, and I had a really good time before Christmas. And we actually celebrated New Year's Eve together. And I don't know, I didn't expect it to affect me as much as it did, and neither did he. So yeah, but obviously we weren't ready, and we both weren't at a stage that friendship was really working between us. We just would have needed some more time, but he really wants to see this other person, so there's really nothing I can do about it except just accept that this is what he wants, and that means this is the end of our friendship now. And I'm really sorry if I'm oversharing, but that has been on my mind so much. And the whole weekend has been really hard, and I just feel like I need to talk to someone, and I'm talking to my friends, obviously, who are really great and really, really supportive. I'm on Zoom calls with them every single day. I'm actually going to meet them in 2 weeks for a long weekend, and then with another friend I also booked a wellness trip somewhere in Austria, and they're just doing everything to cheer me up. And it's just really nice to see that I have the support system and what lengths real friends are going to go through just to support you and be there for you if you need them. And it's just been really nice to see, that was a good part about all of this, at least. But yeah, in the last few days I've been really struggling with all of the things, just life in general, with sleeping, eating. I'm not training. I didn't even read. And I can't even listen to Taylor Swift because all of her songs are making me sad right now. But it's been really bittersweet because I see what my friends are doing for me right now, and at the same time I'm losing the person who I thought was my best friend. And I haven't been in the mood to read anything romance related at all, obviously. And that is what I normally love to read, so it's been really hard. And the only thing I could manage was to listen to the audiobook of Fourth Wing again, just to prepare for the release of Onyx Storm. And I'm just rereading these because it's kind of giving me comfort to have something to read that I already know and I'm familiar with, and that is still kind of exciting to me. But I want to try and start to get into reading again, just because usually it gives me so much joy, and I really hope that it will help me to get my mind off of all of these things that are constantly in my head. And that's why I'm going to try and just mood read my way through this heartache. Wow. And I don't know if this is a really good or a really stupid decision to start reading the book that he gave me for Christmas. He gave me Intermezzo by Sally Rooney, and I wanted to read this book for a really long time anyways, and as far as I know Sally Rooney, it's probably going to be about some really dysfunctional relationships, and I don't know if that is the place I want to go to right now. But on the other hand, I think if I get through this book now, I don't have to think about it all the time. So I might just start it and see if I can do it. And it just reminds me so much of Christmas and of him. So I don't know if it's a good idea to just tackle it right on and get through with it, right through all of the pain. That is like the one plan I have in mind. Or two other options are to read something that I've already started, which is This Is How You Lose the Time War. And because it's such a complicated story that you really have to focus on, that might also help. Or I'm just going to read a real cozy, feel-good read. But the problem with that is I don't know what to read, because all of these that I have and that are interesting to me are love stories, and I don't think that's going to work. I'm just going to be like, this is shit, I don't like any of this, love sucks. So I don't know which is the right way to go, so there might be a few DNFs in this, or I have no clue how long this video is going to be anyways. I definitely plan on finishing Fourth Wing, just because that was really easy and has been kind of good and easy to listen to. And then I will think of all of the other things I can maybe do to distract me, or also to process everything and process my emotions, which I don't know if I'm already at the place to do that yet, because the past few days have just been a roller coaster of emotions. There has been a lot of back and forth, a lot of talking about it, and just trying to find a solution that everyone is happy with, but there just isn't. So I'm in this really weird stage where you just feel like you want to do something about it, but you can't, and you feel really helpless. And on the other hand, you're kind of glad that the discussion is over and it's just a final decision that also kind of shows you what the person really is like and what their values are and what they value in life. And yeah, that obviously hurts, but it's also kind of good to have the knowledge about that. And so far, the things that I've done that kind of have distracted me were to watch music reaction stream. That kind of helped, because there were just people you could chat with and just something to focus on. And also watching videos of other people on the internet getting over heartbreak and how they are dealing with it and coping. So that's also a reason why I wanted to do that, because maybe there's someone who is in a similar position or who also feels kind of lost or sad for a variety of reasons in the beginning of the new year, and they might also need some strategies to achieve that. And I don't have the answers to that, obviously, but maybe we can just figure it out together. And yeah, it's not the first heartbreak I'm going through, and it's also not the worst one, but just every single time you feel like your whole life is going down and everything is going to change. And I know it's not going to hurt as much in a few months from now, and it's going to get better, but that doesn't change that it really hurts right now, and that you just have to go through this phase of feeling really shitty. And that really sucks so much, because I have been feeling so good and I've been doing so well mentally over the last year, and I was really proud of that. And that now just feels like this major setback, and obviously also brings up a lot of the insecurities I have, and there's just so much that comes with it. I'm really annoyed, and I'm really annoyed by myself feeling that way, and now I have to deal with all of these unnecessary emotions that just didn't have to be there. But yeah, now it's my responsibility to deal with that, and I'm going to try and do that in this vlog. I hope you don't mind this kind of topic, but it just feels really insincere to make this kind of happy video about reading books and just starting the new year and everything like that when I just don't feel it. So I hope that's okay. I think I'm going to start reading Intermezzo now, and I'm really scared, but I at least want to try. So let's get to it. Hello, I'm back with not that many exciting things to say actually, because I didn't read a single thing in the book I wanted to read. I just sat there last night staring at the book and I just couldn't really do it. I ended up calling one of my friends and we had a really long talk, and we're just really talking about how the last year went for us in general, and also a bit about the future and what we are planning to do with our lives, because that is quite anxiety inducing for me at the moment, because I had some plans and now I don't know. And we were just talking about doing things that make us happy right now and in the moment, and just choosing that. So that kind of is the plan right now. And I kept listening to Fourth Wing, and I actually finished the book yesterday, or earlier this morning actually, just the last few. There were like 2 extra chapters in the audiobook, which didn't give me that much. There wasn't that much new information in there, but I guess they were just like chapters to give to the fans from Zayden's perspective, and it was nice, but it didn't offer that much more that was really necessary. I really tried to pay a lot of attention to all of the details and like all of the things that could have some kind of meaning in Onyx Storm, or that would be important for that, but I actually don't think I caught up on a lot of things, and I don't know much more about any of the theories that are going on. I have no clue. I'm actually not convinced about any of them. Like, there's not this one clear thing or clear evidence for any of the theories so far for me, but that might just be because I'm not reading the books with the most attention right now, even though I did try. And I finished Fourth Wing and I still really enjoyed it and I really liked it. And I just started Iron Flame and I totally forgot about all of the heartbreaking parts. And especially about the part between Zayden and Violet and all of the trust issues that they have, and this whole conversation about I want someone to just tell me the truth and I can deal with it. That was something that really resonated with me even when I first read it, and it still does now. To me, that is just one of the most important things in a relationship, that somebody will always tell you everything that would be important to you, even if it might hurt. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And that's not the best place because it's making me kind of sad. So I think I'm still going to continue that. But yeah, first of all, I'm going to challenge myself and will try to go bouldering. I don't know how that will go because it's a challenge for me, because I always used to go with the other person and now we can't go together anymore and I have to go alone, and I've never gone bouldering alone anyways, so that is going to be a challenge. But I really want to do it right now because I think the longer I wait, the more I will be likely not to do it at all. So I just have to take the leap and do it and get it out of the way, even though it's not going to be the most pleasant experience right now. And I'm going to try and read more when I come back, but I really don't know if I can do it. I definitely want to finish Iron Flame, so maybe that is a challenge. Probably not going to do it today though, because the book is really long and I'm listening to the dramatized adaptation, and today is the last day of the weekend and I can't really believe that I have to go to work again tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know about that. But at least I have something on my mind and something to do. So yeah, first I'm going to go bouldering now. And I will update you after that how far I've gotten into Fourth Wing, and maybe I will continue reading another book. Honestly, that would be my wish for the end of the weekend that I can finally read a physical book again, because it really sucks that you can't do like the thing you love the most, but sometimes you just can't help it, and it's the way it is. So I'm sorry about this weird reading vlog where I don't really read any books, but I think you'll understand. So let's go. I'm trying to be positive about going and moving my body. Maybe that's going to make me feel better. Hello, I'm back from bouldering, as you just saw, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, which is good. I have to say the first few minutes, more like probably the first half an hour, was really difficult, but after that it got a little bit easier. And that really started when this little kid came up to me. I was just sitting on the floor and basically staring at the wall and thinking about how I was going to tackle this. Just taking a little break, and yeah. And then this little boy came up to me and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm just sitting here resting." And then he also kept asking me like, "Why are you sitting?" And I was like, "I'm just trying to rest." And then he also asked me about my chalk bag, which I can definitely see why a child would ask about this. I'm going to show you in a second. Let me just get this real quick. So this is the chalk bag, and now you can see why a child would be interested in this. He asked me and he was like, "But what is it?" And I was like, "You can put your chalk in there." And I showed him. Don't know if he really understood. Then he asked again why I'm sitting there, and then he left. So that was cute. And I was like, okay, I have to get up. I have to keep moving. This little child is seeing that I'm sitting here sulking. Then I should probably just get going. And I did. And then I also managed to do what I had set out to do this year. I had set myself this challenge of managing to do a V5 boulder. So there's like difficult levels of boulders. I already said that in my goals video, kind of the Merry Christmas video. where I talked a little bit about my plans for this year. And one of them was to be able to do a V5 boulder. And I managed to do it. And I would love to say that I'm proud of myself, but honestly, in that moment, I just felt nothing. It just really felt like hitting this huge milestone. And just the person who I worked towards that wasn't there. And just knowing that I can't share that with him now is really making me emotional. But at least I managed to not cry in the gym. So I see that as a success. I did unfortunately have a breakdown when I came back home, but that's another story and not nearly as embarrassing. And when I actually finished that, and I was just sitting down and I didn't film it. I did film every single other attempt at this. I actually did it at the first attempt and my camera just didn't record. And I tried to do it again after that. And I just never managed to do it again because I think I was just getting a bit weak. I'm actually feeling really weak right now because I'm just not sleeping the best, not fueling myself the best. Obviously, I'm not going to be the strongest right now. So I could do it only once. And I didn't film it, and that really pissed me off. And then after that, I sat down and just took a break again. And I felt like a little tap on my shoulder, and I was like, who's that? And I turned around, and it was just this random girl, and she was like, I saw you trying to attempt this before earlier, and I just wanted to tell you you were really close, and you were doing really good. And I think you should try again. And that was just the nicest interaction ever. She then also proceeded to show me how she did it because she attempted it right before I did it. And I thought, she's really cool. She's really strong. She was then doing the route right next to me when I attempted it. So she saw my attempts and that was really embarrassing because I failed. Yeah, I think I filmed that. I can show you. It's really embarrassing. Just didn't do very well. Even after she showed me, I attempted it again and I am just not flexible enough to do it, which is totally fine. But it was still such a nice interaction and it just felt like she was being sent to me, kind of. Like, I just felt so lonely being there and then somebody coming up to me that was just, And she actually said that she didn't go to that gym in over a year. She just randomly decided to go today because she had a bad day and I was like, yeah, me too. And she also said goodbye when she left, so that really made my day a lot better. And I think that's also something that I have to remember more to do, like random acts of kindness for other people. Because when you're struggling, even something as simple as that can help so much. And yeah, that was really good. But honestly, I don't know if I will continue going as frequently as I did because it's just not as fun to do it alone. And it still hurts a lot, it still reminds me a lot, and I'm really torn because I think maybe I could find new friends there, but also that experience today I think was pretty unique and it's not going to happen every time that somebody's going to come up to me and talk to me. So yeah, and I know I could do that, but in real life I'm so shy. I'm so introverted. Going up to other people and just randomly talking to them is a really big deal for me, so I don't know. But yeah, that was that. I did continue listening to Iron Flame on the way there and on the way back. That's a 20-minute walk each time. I have to say I really, really think that the dramatized adaptation of the audiobook is really good and it really has a great atmosphere to it, and I'm really appreciating all of the effort that went into the production of it. And yeah, it's just really cool that that exists, and I would really recommend it if you're going to listen to the audiobook of Fourth Wing or Iron Flame. For Fourth Wing, I didn't listen to the dramatized adaptation, I just listened to the regular audiobook, and I think it makes a big difference if you like that kind of thing, obviously. The first time I read these books, I read them physically because my friend had them and she just gave them to me. So yeah, now I'm listening to the audiobooks for the first time. So far, story-wise, I'm also really glad I'm rereading this because I realized I forgot a lot of the things that happened. Like just this new general turning up at the school. I totally forgot how that happened and all of the things that followed. So I'm really glad I'm rereading this before Onyx Storm comes out, and I will definitely be able to finish this rather quickly, I would say, because right now I'm spending a lot of time just listening to audiobooks because I have to have something on all the time so I don't sit in silence, and that obviously really helps. I don't know what I will be doing for the end of the night though. I think I'm maybe just going to continue reading physical book. First of all, I really need to make myself dinner because I need to eat because I had an active day, even though I don't really feel like eating most of the time. So I'm going to try to make something that at least tastes good. And yeah, then I'm going to probably read. And I know I say that in every single clip and I'm just putting it off, but promise I'm going to try now. I'm really annoying myself with all of this, just this bad mood and feeling so down because I am usually such an optimistic person and I always see the good in everything and in every situation, and I just always try to have a positive outlook on life, and I really don't like all of these negative thoughts and I wish I could just shake them off and think about something else, but it's just not happening this weekend. And I think I have to deal with that and try again another time. So yeah, as you probably just saw, I didn't manage to read a lot. I had dinner though, so that's positive. And yeah, I didn't manage to read a lot. I read around 30 pages or so. Don't know if I have actually retained any of that information. That is a question for another day. I just sat there and procrastinated for probably around 2 hours, to be honest. And I don't know what to tell you. This is the worst my reading has been for a long time. I don't usually have reading slumps. So if you guys have any recommendations on what kind of fun books to read, books that make you really just want to binge them, that are preferably not about romance, then please leave them in the comments because I need something. And I think something like Fourth Wing is really working for me right now. And that, without the romance part, would be great. So maybe something like Lee Bardugo, like Ninth House vibes. I don't know, because I definitely can't be reading any fantasy that is very long at the moment. I just can't concentrate very well. I just don't know what to read. I just don't know what the right book would be to get me out of this. And that's honestly driving me crazy a little bit. So I hope I will find something soon that is just very bingeable. Yeah. And I think I'm just going to end this vlog here because it's not really making any sense at the moment. I hope it's okay that not a lot of reading has happened in here. But I want to keep it realistic, and reading slumps are realistic, especially if other things are happening in your life right now. And I also don't want to force myself to read. That is one of my goals for this year, that I definitely don't want to do that. I want to take reading really slow, and I want to cherish it, and I want to make it something that I enjoy, and I do enjoy it. I did really enjoy listening to Fourth Wing and Iron Flame again, but I'm definitely not reading at the pace that I'm used to, which is totally okay. But now I have to find other coping mechanisms, because usually reading is that for me as well. Of course, a coping mechanism for stuff in my life, just escapism, and usually other things that I also tend to do is just drown myself in work or a project. Uni projects were always something that I could turn to. Now I don't have that, and work isn't really busy either in the beginning of the year, so I don't have that. So there's kind of these two coping things that are not there right now, and I just don't know what to do with myself. So if you have any recommendations where you would think that maybe they are really accessible right now, then please let me know. And if you're also in a phase in your life where it's a bit difficult right now, just remember that you don't have to have it all figured out, and it will get better. And just try to do your best and don't give up. So yeah, again, I'm sorry for this random ass video, but thank you so much for watching if you have watched until the end. I don't know why you did that, but thank you so much. And I will see you in my next video with hopefully a better mood. Bye!